been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, so I've got to bring shit downstairs. Yes, shit. I've got to bring all this shit downstairs. Mm. Ugh. Or going to the darkness. Okay. It's been a while, YouTube. Hopefully I don't trip and fall downstairs. This is what I'd sound like if I were Russian. Okay, when I was setting this up, I figured something out that I'm probably going to have to drain it. But might as well put chemicals, calcium and all that into it. So then when I put the water back in, after getting it leveled, I won't have to worry. My back is killing me. I did something to it. So, if you're wondering why, meaning it's not leveled, hold on. I don't know if you can see that from there. I might have fixed it already, but no, it's slightly off level. And if I bring it over there, slightly more off level. I tore down that the other night and I rearranged, and those are all my clothes over there. My clothes, mom's clothes. But the point is that I didn't bring a thing down here to measure any of this shit. God damn. Life. How much goes in here? 5 milliliters per 50 gallons. So a little less than half of this. Yeah. This water just got put in there today, but point is I'm probably gonna have to put it back in there. And then calcium, how much? I don't have the pump turned on yet because I glued it just last, like, maybe an hour ago. But the sump is all set up. Sump has water in it. The only thing that is on in here is I got fans on both ends. This one, this one. I need to get bigger ones because those ones are too small is what I'm realizing. Those are too small. The ones I have in the one upstairs are probably better for this. But they're being used right now, so. But I filled it right to about there. I think I somewhat fixed the off kilter BS. No, don't go. I guess I can't show you because yeah, it's somewhat still off level. And I also put in a temporary leg in the back till I tear this down in sometime in the near future. And yada yada, you know. But you know, finally getting it set up about a year later after buying it. I dripped water right here earlier. I thought it had a leak because this was a shop tank. Like it was in their shop. It used to be a, what do you call that, display tank. And it took me about maybe a year and a half to build this stand, possibly 2 years. Just because I was taking breaks on it and I worked a lot. So, yeah. And later in the future, I'm probably going to replace all this bottom wood. This just so I could put the sump down there. And I'm going to get stuff that actually fits. But, you know, little things. It's little things. It's always little things. But that little thing right there is for the light, which is over on the desk over here. And I'm going to reset the 25 gallon up tomorrow. That's next to this tank. And then eventually I'm going to put another tank right here where all this shite is. And we already have the freshwater tank behind me, but nobody cares about that right now. These are all salt water. That's what they're all going to be. One's going to be like hospital tank, which is obviously the smallest tank. And then one's going to be like frag tank. And then one's going to be like little breeder. And in the future, I might, you know, swap this out, get a different tank, like a, what is that, 90 gallon is about, you can't see my hand, hold on, about that tall, about that long, give or take. Which, by the way, there's enough room for the other tank that's upstairs. Right here, I'm not tearing it down right now. I'm going to wait till this is all set up so that I can just swap them into this. The fish that are in there, obviously. And then slowly but surely move everything down here. Which is going to be a lot of fucking work. By the way, I always make my videos not for kids. So, YouTube. It's been a minute. I think it's been like 4 or 5 months, 6 months. But, Yeah, I figured I'd show y'all. I finally got to do this because mom's gone. Mom's in California right now. I'm sitting here in Idaho working and getting pissed off while while I do it because all day today, nothing but technical errors on the damn app. And then I finally delete the uh, the app, re-download it, and basically that didn't do anything. You know what actually did something? Turning my phone off and turning it back on so it could catch a different Wi-Fi signal. Yeah, something that simple. You can hear the tank behind me, but the water looks brown. I don't know why that is. There's fish in there. Everything's still alive in there for the most part. I only have two of my original cichlids left because a lot of the other, maybe three, a lot of the others passed away. And I don't know why. They just up and died one day. And then this guy in the corner over here, the big ass Plecostomus, came down here and I found them sucking on their bodies. And there's still food floating at the top. I don't know why they're not eating it all. He'll go around and pick it up. But now I got like, what are those called? I gotta get some more of them. They're like a schooling family fish of cichlids. Like the brothers will protect the sisters will protect the brothers, so on and so forth. And I'm drawing a blank on what they're called right now, but they're gray. That's what I can tell you. They're gray and they're found in Lake Tanganyika, I want to say. They're a shell dweller. They're pretty fast. They have like really fancy looking tails. But the parents will protect everything and yada yada. But they seem to be getting along with my labs. The two or three that are left, I haven't seen anybody floating. Gonna do a water change on that tomorrow. I've been putting it off and putting it off. It'll probably be actually more around midnight or 2, 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. And then tank lights are off, but everything else is still on. This is the basement now. All right, we're gonna have fish tanks in the basement because I've gotten to the point where I don't want to have to worry about running into things in the middle of the night because I'm not really on my balance much anymore. And I'm having a problem with my left eye. I don't drink anymore. I don't do any illicit things anymore. Like, you know, smoke the green stuff, the lettuce or whatever. But yeah, pretty sober lately. Like a year and a half, almost a year and a half. And what is it? August or September is a year and a half. So getting back to things I love, and you know, it's kind of a slow journey, but you know, it's like I spent so many years just smoking the lettuce that you know I did all that and took care of fish, and I think honestly a lot of times that it kept me more preoccupied to take care of all these tanks because I used to have like 10 tanks when I lived in California, and now I only have 5. No, 4. Forgot the other one I tore down. And then the other one over here that I have had the longest, I think, yeah, the longest, it got a crack in it. I haven't tested to see if it still holds water. I don't think it's going to, but yeah. damn squirrels when I had it outside cleaning it out and getting all the calcium off of it. One of them dropped something in it, and like the bottom glass is all jacked up. So I got to get new glass or just throw it out. I'm not one that likes to throw out fish tanks, by the way. I'll keep using them and keep using them and re-glue them and all that. It's kind of just the way I am. I was always raised not to throw anything out, so. Guess that's my grandpa. That is a habit he taught me. It's kind of a bad habit. One of these days I'll get me a really nice saltwater tank, though. Nicer than what I have. Let's put some water in the freshwater tank, though. So I dropped one of these Eheim filters in that tank earlier. Now I gotta sit there and let it dry out for like 5 days till I can use it. It's not like there's gonna be fish in that tank within like the next month. I'm gonna probably wait like a month and a half, somewhere around there. I'll probably get coral before I get fish, and that's just the way I do it. A lot of people go out and rush out and get fish, and I'll have them die, and then they'll wonder what they did wrong. That's not me anymore. I don't go out and buy. That and a lot of the fish at the fish store are quite pricey anymore. There was a fish recently that I was looking at, and it's a type of tang, but I can't have it because it'll get too big. But the point is $700 for one fish. Ain't even that big. It's like maybe that big. $700. And some of the designer clowns, I've seen him want like $60, $70. And that's on the cheap end for like designer clowns. I haven't really had clowns in probably like 2 years. I have damsels and one tang. And I know the tang police are going to be after me. But I have 3 fish in the tank upstairs, a snail, and I think I still have, no, I've got like 4 or 5 different types of snails in the one upstairs, and then I think I still have some hermit crabs. I just haven't seen them very active lately. They like to hide. But other than that, I only have 3 fish. And that's how I'm going to keep this tank. I'm not going to overstock it with like 7 or 8 fish like I used to try. Just throwing money away like that. I haven't done a big water change on this tank. You're going to be blown away. But in over a year, like I've done a slight one, like 20%. But I haven't drained it down to like half the tank in over a year. Probably like closer to 2. Haven't had to. Even when the fish died. There we go. Now it's full. No, I'm knocking stuff over. Whoa. Tripod wanted to fall too. But yeah, the freshwater tank, I don't change the water as much because it's like in the wild. Does the water get changed all the time? Not unless it rains. That's something another fish friend taught me a long time ago. You don't need to change the water all the time unless there's something wrong with the in the tank. Like it's like salt water. That's a whole different ball game. You got to change the water at least twice a month in salt water. And the other tank, the 25 that's next to this one, the 50. I got lax on changing the water because there was nothing really in it other than crustaceans. So they were literally just eating everything and eating everything. And I don't think there's any of them really in there anymore. If there are, they're like I don't see them. But a lot of the time when I saw them, I'd take them up to the one upstairs. So there's another example if I'm not going to be throwing fish away anymore. This is so I can grow fish out and then try to recoup some money back at the store, as well as coral and like macroalgae, which is going to be grown in the sump down below. But I only have the heater on the sump, and then like I said, I haven't plugged in any of the pumps yet. That'll probably happen tomorrow evening after I get home from working, delivering people their food and all that. But yeah, I just thought I'd get on and do a short little 20-30 minute video. Show you all that I finally set it up. I don't get any comments anymore. Nobody really talks to me anymore. They think I fell off the earth. Which I kind of like it that way. I don't have everybody in my business anymore. I had people trolling left and right before when I used to go live all the time. All the time. They'd be finding my email, or they'd be fucking doxing me. And yeah. That's a lot of the reason why I stopped doing YouTube so much. I haven't really been doing TikTok either. I mean, you lose your grandparents, both of them within a year of each other. You kind of, it changes you, you know? And then you don't feel like you are the same anymore. But yeah. I think I pulled my back earlier when I was putting that back brace into the tank, so I didn't wake up in the morning and magically the tank was all over the ground or some shit. You know, another support. I was gonna cut wood around, but I'll wait till, like I said, till I change something or whatever, you know. And then I'll throw like plastic over the top of the tank, the sump, and cut it and put it in the place it's supposed to be, because I wanted it lined up with the brace that's in front. Eventually, though, I'm gonna put like a cross brace in on the backside, and then I'm gonna put a bunch of like sheeting around the bottom, and then put like doors, or vice versa. A buddy of mine that used to work at the other fish store that closed and turned into like a doggy grooming business or something like that, he had everything magnetic, like magnetic panels, which is kind of cool. I've been thinking about that too. That would be easier than having to screw things in and all that. Yeah, I noticed the only place that it's sagging is that corner where I didn't, that back corner where I didn't have a brace in there. Once I started filling it up with water, I noticed that it was what do you call that? Not level. Yeah. It also could have the fact that, or have to do with the fact that the wood that I bought was, I think it was a little warped to begin with, but you can't get good wood no more unless you spend freaking arm and a leg. I know that from building a greenhouse, which that's the next project that needs to get done is fixing up the greenhouse, tearing the roof off of it, putting a new roof on. Got to move a fence now because the next door neighbor put up a new fence, metal fence, and ever since he did that, the fence that's around the greenhouse literally is like sagging like this. It was like this, and then the moment they cut the fence, it's like this. But yeah. Nah, I've been having a lot of problems sleeping lately too. I've been trying to get my sleep schedule back into a normal sleep schedule. Wake up earlier, then I can go out and do fishing and yada yada. It is summertime after all. Oh man, I was looking for that earlier. You know those magic erasers? Those are great to clean inside of saltwater fish tanks, by the way. They don't have any chemicals in them, they're just foam. The ones without the chemicals, obviously. There are ones that they make that have like soap and bullshit in them. But the regular old-fashioned ones, they don't have anything in them. They're just foam. But I've used those for years for the inside of fish tanks, and it literally takes all gross-looking detritus algae off of everything. I really came down here just to put calcium and reef builder and the rest of everything in that water, so I didn't have to do it tomorrow. And in order to drain that tank, I'm going to have to empty some buckets. I don't think I have 10 buckets, which is 50 gallons. I only have 8 anymore, which is only 40 gallons. 5 gallons apiece. Yeah. Finally got my driver's license like, what, 2 years ago now? A year ago? Year ago. I no longer have to use the Chevrolet legs. Something I should have done in California, but every time I went to go take the test, it basically failed me, the behind the wheel portion. And I moved out here. What was it? First try of taking the behind the wheel test. The written portion out here is a lot different than the behind the wheel. The behind the wheel is so easy. Like, there's one big thing that a lot of people get tricked up on out here, because you can turn left on a red out here as long as it's not posted. That's the big thing everybody gets tricked up on. And it has to be a one-way street. So if it's a one-way street and you turn left on a red, you won't get a ticket. But if it's not a one-way street, just a regular street, and you turn left on a red, you're going to get a ticket. See, that's what everybody gets tossed up on, is they think that, and then, oh, the big one. All these fools that run the stop signs around here. That grinds my gears. See, there's the other reason why I didn't get a driver's license for a long time. Because I don't like the way other people drive. Like my grandpa in that sense. He didn't like the way other people drove either. But anyway, I'm going to hop off here. I'm done talking to myself on this. Have a good one, y'all.